You keeping that open?
All right, all right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Science and Beyond. I hope everyone's having a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you're on our big, beautiful blue planet. Guys, it's Wednesday night, and I know y'all are going. It's 2 weeks now in a row. UFO Uncovered hasn't been around, so it'll be back next week. Calm down before anybody starts writing to me. All that hate mail that y'all like to send me. But tonight I have the Goodwins on with me, Emily and John. I'm going to talk to them in just a second about all the awards that are coming up and all the shows that are coming up, and some of the stuff they're going to be doing in October. We're going to talk about all that. But real quick, couple of things. A couple of new shows coming on the network. They'll be joining us in the next 2 weeks. There'll be three new shows coming on. We have a new political show coming on. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear this guy. He's really hardcore lefty, so y'all just know it's coming. I'm just telling y'all ahead of time. We also have I don't want to call it conspiratorial show, but it kind of is. It's more conspiracy. He's got to really be careful, borderline, because YouTube's very funny about conspiracies these days. But that's all he talks about is conspiracies and how they come and where they go and if they're real or not real, which I have no idea how he figures that out. But he's a pretty good host with a good following, so he'll be joining us soon. And then we're going to have a variety show that's going to come on that just touches on a little bit of everything, from cooking to sleeping to just a lot of things. She's a really good host. She was on a network about a decade ago, and she's back, and she has a strong following, and she's going to really enjoy being here with us. And y'all can write to her and tell her what you'd like to hear each week, and if it's something she's interested in, she'll post it up there. As far as me, I was offered to host another show on a different network, which I was flat. I'm not going to lie. It's a fairly big name show. And I'm not going to lie. And why don't you come host with us? I said, well, there'd be a conflict of interest. I have my own network. I'm not sure that the host would appreciate me because I have a strong rule about our network. You can syndicate your shows off in anywhere else, but your live show has to be here. There's no reason to have you if you can go find you live somewhere else. We want you here live, and you can syndicate on anybody's network you want to, but when it comes to live shows, we want to hear. So I'm also included in that, so we have to do that as well. Also, a lot of big things going on in Europe right now, so y'all pay attention. I've got a couple of hosts coming in, going to be talking about that real soon. Some very interesting stuff that's been going on in some castles over there. Matter of fact, I was talking with a lady about this just before we came on. A friend of mine bought a castle over there. Spent quite a lot of money. He redid the whole place, had all the tapestries redone, all the furniture redone. It's about a 400, 500-year-old castle. Well, the place must be haunted because you'll see him. He's walking down. He's got his video camera. He's walking down the hallway. Things will fall off the wall. Tapestries will fall. I said, man, you didn't. I said, you want me to come over here and hang these tapestries right so they stop falling off the wall? He said, Joe, these professionals hung these things. I said, I don't know, man. I'm a little confused about all of that. And then we've got one other show that's going to be joining us later in the year. He'll be joining us around November. Very serious. He's going to be out of D.C., and he's only going to be talking about the stuff that goes on in D.C. Oh, yeah. It's some politics, but it's not all politics. He's going to be talking about D.C. itself and how living there affects people, what goes on in D.C., how do you live in D.C., who's living in D.C., and what kind of politics are actually going on in D.C. So y'all stay tuned for all of that. I go to D.C. a lot, so I kind of got an idea what this is going to be about. But anyway, welcome, Emily. Welcome, John. How are y'all tonight?
Doing great. Thanks a lot, Joe, for having us back on again.
Good to see you again.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's afternoon for y'all. I keep forgetting y'all out there in Cali land. And so y'all free now, right? Y'all free to run the streets and, do the things and not get no trouble. And, I was talking to some Canadian friends yesterday. They're still not quite free up there yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. And when I mean this, ladies and gentlemen, not everybody on the planet has been released from COVID yet. So keep your fingers crossed. It's coming. It's definitely coming out there. But tonight we're going to be talking about the People's Choice Awards. And we have 4 shows up, and John and Emily are going to be leading the pack here with Writers of the Future. I think you're going to win this year. I got faith in you.
This was the let's see, you can see that. This was
see that.
That's last year.
That was last year. And so we're a finalist on this one year. So this year we're hoping to get the big puppy, the winner, which we're going for this year. So we're really looking forward to that.
Well, I'm all for you winning because I like people winning. Carol, what's that? What do you mean? Why did I think? Well, our 3 shows that are up behind them are new shows to the People's Choice, and it's hard to win your first time out on anything. Sometimes you get lucky. I'm not going to say, but one of the things I like about awards like these is if you don't win, it gives you an idea of the areas you need to move in to help your show get to that point. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking forward to all of this. And, I know the Centralist is up. Somebody put Science and Beyond up yesterday. It was so weird because I got a letter from the nominee people saying that, one day did the nomination start. also, here's your thing for Science and Beyond. So somebody out there in the world must put us out. I think it's a friend of mine, but I'm not exactly sure. But hey, it's nice. Science and Beyond's a hard-working show, but it's going to be hard because we've changed hosts since then. John DeSalvo used to host with me. He's wrote a couple of books and quite a lot about Egyptology and stuff. But he's kind of retired now. He's in his mid-70s, so he used to tell me I don't like staying up past 9, and the show starts at 9. So.
That doesn't work so good.
It makes it a little rough, but so if we win, I'll have to give him some corrects too, because we did a lot of hardcore a lot of Egyptology. I shouldn't say Egyptology, but we did a lot of science dealing with Egypt and what was going on over there. It's a lot of interesting stuff. I actually learned a few things, which is surprising because I think I know everything, but. I'm getting it. Hey, at least I'm honest about it. But it's been a great ride this year. It's been a fun ride. I mean, other than the crazy COVID stuff, it's been a pretty good year for the station. I was always worried when we all got freed again that we were going to see this drop because we picked up about almost 36% more audience during the COVID time. And I thought maybe we'd see a drop, but no, we're still on the climb. We're going to break about 40% increase for the year, which I'm really happy about. It's good for everybody else in the network. So people get out there. I see John's show steadily been going up every week, and pretty much everybody in the network has. But I do notice when I put him on Saturdays, it does much better than it does on Mondays for some reason. Yeah. And anything following Michelle and I, of course, is going to do good because there's just a large audience there for anybody that wants to get in there. And anybody who asked before we get into this, yes, the slot is no, I'm sorry, it's not open. I forgot it's sold now. Never mind. I forgot who was taking that. Never mind. I'm getting ready to sell somebody's slot. Bad Joe. What's that, Christopher? Oh yeah, it's a beautiful office there. Yeah, look at that. It's all button tuck leather behind him. Beautiful woodwork. Every time I see it, I'm jealous, man.
Yeah.
This is the Writers of the Future Lounge. This is every year when we have winners of the Writers of the Future contest. The judges and winners come here, and just on the other side of the door there is where they do their week-long workshop on writing, and just downstairs is where the illustrators do their workshop. So yeah, it's a nice place.
And Leah and Ryan and Jimmy and Jesse and all them. This is the lady I was talking about, Emily. So if you're taking the course, she designed the course. And I know quite a few people were asking me about the course yesterday when we were talking. And I said, well, if you get stuck, go to the forum or the blog and write in. I said, everybody over there is pretty nice. I said, they're not going to tolerate any foolishness. But by the way, all these women are either millennials or Z-Genners.
Great.
So we'll say 26 to 35, somewhere up in that range. And I was surprised when we got to talking because they were saying, well, it's really hard to get. I said, to write? Yeah, tell me about it. It's really hard to write. Of course it's really hard to write. I said, I'm barely legible as it is. I said, I got to get a better grasp of the English language. I think I'm going to start speaking Scottish or something. But anyway, they were very serious about it. And they were really looking for something different. And Leah had seen me talking about this, or actually Reese had seen me talking about this. And I think it was the last show. And she said, could you give me a little information? And I told them where to go, how to get there, what to do. I said, the course is free, guys. And I still, every time I say that, I'm looking around for the catch-22 to come out of here. It's been a couple of years now, and I'm still like, wait, there's another shoe going to drop here or something. I'm just waiting. But honestly, guys, it's nothing. They're fabulous people to work with. And I think really if you get involved in the course, if you're a young up-and-coming writer and you want to get out there, go ahead and get into it and see what you can do with yourself.
Young or old. We had, I think, our youngest winner was 16, and our oldest winner, I believe, was 74. So it's open to everybody.
So people get out there, get involved, and take the course and see what happens. I'm telling you, if you're a non-writer or if you want to get into the field, this is the place to go. And there's lots of other places if you want to go look, but I'm telling you, from experience, this is the place to go. I've talked to a lot of people about writing a book over the last 10 years. And these are the only people that even gave me the encouragement that I might actually be able to get one written. Everybody else, I was just kind of like, And if y'all look behind me, wait, let me go this way. I'm going to be giving away some of these books this evening, and I will pull some out later on and let y'all take a look at them, and I'll tell y'all where to write to it, how to get them. These are all Writers of the Future previous years. I think, where's the one I was looking for? It's this one. This is last year's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is last year's. I'm not giving this one away tonight, by the way, because I haven't read it yet. but probably Friday, this one will be getting going up. But all the rest of them, if we're going to give at least 3 of them away tonight, and let y'all see them later. It's a very handsome collection of books. I got to say, I love the artwork. And this one, where's it at? Oh, I lost my earbud. Dang it. Come here. I really like the artwork. I like the artwork on all of them. For some reason, though, this one caught my attention. I'm not sure why. I just like it for some reason. And
Yeah.
all of them have great covers on them, guys. And you can go through them and read them. They have great stories in them. I'll be doing some reading through a few of them. Yeah, it's just really good and good stories. What's that, Bruce? No, we ain't giving them away yet. Y'all looked already in the emails. Well, which one can we have? Which one can we have? How are we going to get these? Yeah, y'all all trying to get it going before we even get going.
What's great is the way we promote them too when we release these books is like meet your next favorite author, because like the one you were just showing there for volume 36, the what we do is we have the 12 winning writers, but we also have then something that books don't do anymore at all. We have the illustrator winners, and they will illustrate. Each story gets an illustration in there, and you've got winners. You got illustrators from all over the world, all styles of art. What? And here's like this girl here is from Turkey. Is an artist. This artist here is from Iran. This guy's from Vietnam. So we have winners from all over the world who paint all styles of illustration. She focuses a lot on African art, and that's her style. So you get these different images here that are created by artists with all types of different heritage that gets done, and we don't focus on you've got to be this type of an artist. We just anything that's creative, anything that's illustration that actually conveys a story and what it's talking about and what the illustration is about has an equal chance, has a fair chance. And then again, we've gone over before, and we'll probably talk about more tonight, is it's blind judging so that all the judges see is the 3 pieces of art for the illustrator contest and a number assigned to it, or the short story and a number assigned to it. So they have no idea if they're male, female, age, nationality, ethnic, anything. It's just straight, is the story good, is the art good? And that's what they see, and that's what they select, and that's what they submit. And so the ones that win, and we have a lot of submissions, are the ones that get published here. But a lot of the stories that are the honorable mentions and the finalists will end up getting sold to other magazines, other publications, because they're that good. It's just that, this is the cream of the crop that you get, and these really are the writers you're going to read in years to come. And these are the illustrators. We had one of our winners, Aaliyah Chin.
Yeah. From Netflix now.
Yeah, she works for Netflix. So we have winners that go on now to really significant careers. If nothing else, what this contest does, even if you just get the honorable mention, it gives you that vote of confidence, like you were saying for yourself, that keep going, keep trying. We want to really validate the arts. That's something that Mr. Hubbard was very keen on. And one of the things that's in here, which I haven't shown, but we've got a wall over here with a lot of the articles that he wrote in the 1930s and 40s. One of the magazines has a charcoal illustration of his portrait, was the cover of the magazine. He was very, very popular, and people don't know that, which is in part what we try to do in part on this contest when we talk about it. He really was one of the major names in pulp fiction in the 30s and 40s, but he also helped a lot on the other writers and artists, and that's something that we're continuing on with this contest that he created in '83, and now 38 years later, it just continues to go better and better and better.
I was thinking about y'all earlier today. I was talking with a group. We're going to be doing some worldwide broadcasting with a particular group. I'm not going to get into their name right now, but they do investigations all around the world. They're going to do it all in one night. And I had told them that I would like to put y'all up as one of the sponsors, not a paid sponsor. I'm going to cover that because I own the station, so they have to go through us. So we all going to be on there. But before I officially do it, I will send you the stuff over to make sure y'all are okay with it. But it's a good way just to open this up to overseas quite a bit. They do, I think there's 36 countries on the tour. So it's just another way to get them out there and let people see it. And we're expanding all over the world. I mean, we're in every country as it is now, but now we're expanding into more and more cities around the world. That's kind of nice. I was thinking about that too, because I had a friend of mine in Istanbul, Turkey, we were talking to. Actually, I got a couple of friends in Istanbul, which is kind of strange. And we were talking the other day, and he said, I've never heard of them. I'm like, really? So I said, let me get you a book. I said, pulled up one of the other ones I had. I said, here, go look them up. And he's like, really? He said, I can take this from here. I said, yeah. I said, you can win from here if you're good enough. He said, can you give me class? I said, no, I can't help you out on that part, man. I said, I can tell you how to go, where to go, what to do. I said, but they judge blindly. He said, you're kidding me. He said, so they won't even know? I said, no, they're not worried about that. I said, they're only worried about the content of the story or the artwork. That's all they're worried about. I said, and you're going to win on your merit and nothing else. And she said, so if I'm sexy, it doesn't matter. I said, no. I said, unfortunately, it's just not going to help you in this case. I said, it might help you in other things, but not in this case. But I'm finding more and more people, when I tell them this, they want to go look. They whether they sign up or not, I couldn't tell you because they don't ever tell me, but they want to look. They're interested. And I've seen other people now telling other people, which is a nice thing. Word of mouth is a good way to get stuff out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like to see it now. On that note, word of mouth people out there, the Centralist wants to win a damn award this year. So get out there.
Yeah, the Centralist is in the news category.
That's right.
In Science and Beyond, the science category, the Outer Realm is in social category, and Rise of the Future is in either the education or the storyteller category. So
go out there and vote. Go vote. Click, 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 click. You can join and vote, people. I was reading about it yesterday. You can get in there and join and vote. Go vote. I mean, we I know a lot of people listen to these shows, and this is one of the biggest nights in the week for us right now on Wednesday night. So get out there, pay attention, and vote. Get involved. One of the things that my biggest gripe about people is they talk, and they don't do anything. And I want y'all to get involved. Get up. You're free now. You can get out there. In fact, actually, you didn't need to be free for this because you can do it from the internet. But, John was telling me the other day, he's been riding around in these weird places trying to get ideas for a good sci-fi novel. And he said, it kind of seems like to him that we've kind of burnt out sci-fi. I said, no, not really. I said, you'd be surprised. There are original stories out there. I said, I know, unfortunately, Hollywood likes to cheat and make remakes. I said, but that's just because it's easier. I said, it's not that there's not original content. It's just easier to make a remake than to start from scratch. I said, but yeah, we're all looking for original content. I said, I get bored easily. I said, I don't think I can watch anything on Netflix or Prime anymore. I'm pretty much watched out after the last 18 months. So yeah, I'd like to see some new original material. So submit it to them. And if you win, they'll fly you out there. And guess what? You're going to get to meet the right people. Doesn't guarantee you're going to be famous, but it will help you get there. It's let me put it this way: it's the next logical step. But now, getting back, we see. I listen to John shows every week. They come in. It's a clean, good listening show. John's got a good voice. He speaks well. He's got a much better grip of grammar than I do. So it's just go listen to the shows, and you'll be surprised. There's little pieces of wisdom in it. A friend of mine. I shouldn't even say this. He compared y'all to Babylon 5 the other day. And Babylon, the writer of Babylon, always inserted a little bit of wisdom in every show. It's just the way he did. He liked to give you something to think about in each show. And really and truly, when you listen to John speak and you listen to the guests speak, you're getting a little piece of wisdom that can help you onto your career, whether it's writing, artist, whatever it is. It can really help you out there. And, I was listening to the one with Brittany this week, and which is doing very well, by the way. Last time I checked, it was around 170,000 plays. And, this is a young, upcoming woman with how many kids? Did
4.
She say? I thought she said 4.
Yeah.
I was like, 4 kids, and you're doing this. Well, that tells you right there it takes effort. I can only imagine 4 kids. I had one that like to drove me up a wall. So 4, I don't know about that, but still.
She's just the reason why I do all these different types of shows for her. She's an up and coming, and she's definitely going to make it because she's like so dedicated to it. But there's a lot of people like her too that people are convinced they can't do it because I've got my kids, I've got my job, I've got all these different things. But she just gave her story of like what it is, and she gives that really nice analogy of the glass balls versus the rubber balls. Which ones you have to catch and which ones you can let bounce, let drop. And she just goes over. You need to constantly evaluate your life and what she did, and she's now doing quite well. She's expanding up in what she's doing as a writer while raising the kids, family of 4. She's a registered nurse. She's growing her backyard. She's growing all these trees. Which is what her story gets into, because she wants her kids to experience real fruit, helping to grow and clean and work with life.
I was thinking about her, a registered nurse. I got several friends that are nurses, and they work their butts off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, a registered nurse and 4 kids. When do you have time to write? I mean, it's how do you even I don't know how she does it. Frankly, I mean, you got to be busy. 4 kids is a task, but man, nursing. Everybody I know in nursing works hard, especially through this last 18 months or so. It's been a nightmare for them, and it's just great to see her do it. It just shows you right there. If you have the will, there's a way.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's what we do with all these different kinds of guests to be able to provide that type of inspiration. Or, like you said, we have also tips. The show that's coming up this next week, Robert Hogg is the guy that is the manager of the Mars rover. He's the one that's running the rover on Mars, and that's a great interview.
I can't wait to hear that one.
What happens if you when he's digging down there, if he finds a door, that goes down beneath the surface? I asked him, what happens if you do that? Because I said, this isn't actually a science fiction podcast. So
it's true.
So he just laughed at that,
but you never know. You might find something over there.
You might find something there.
It's a great place. That's a great job in itself. I wonder how he got that job. Was he like good at video games or something? I'm just curious.
Robotics and aeronautics engineer. So
yeah.
Well, it's got some serious degrees there, so I imagine.
Yeah, definitely does. One thing that's interesting too is a girl that we had on last fall. Her name is Bhagashri Prabhu-Tendulkar.
Mm-hmm.
She's from India, and she just won the Diana Award, which was based after Princess Diana, and it's to young adults who are like making a difference on changing the world. And when she was on there, she said, okay, I partner with Writers of the Future. So it's been doing really well in India working with her. But then Prince Harry made a surprise appearance at the awards and congratulating them as winners on it. So I figured this is your cue to be able to get back to this, your friend there, and say, hey, look at,
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up. We were talking about him the other day.
Yeah.
And some stuff that was going on in England. And I said, well, look, I got a friend that would like to interview him. He said, well, wouldn't you? I said, I would rather let her do it. I said, I'll set it up. Or I said, they already have the equipment. I said, why don't you just turn it that way and let it do? I said, because I said, I tell you what, I'll give you their phone number. If you can get him to call her, I said, they'll think it's a hoax, I'm sure, in the beginning, but then we go, get out of here, you think? I said, look, we're legit. You know what our audience size is. I said, they're going to get much more coverage with us than they are with anybody else. And he goes, well, that's what I'm worried about. I said, what do you mean what are you worried about? Oh, I said, you worry about a hostile interview? I said, that's not going to happen. I said, nobody here is looking for a hostile interview. I said, I know that, certain news networks out there would like to get on there and put him on the grill for whatever reasons. I said, he's a young man with 2 kids, with an interesting wife. I said, we just want to talk to him and see how it is, I said, I'd like to talk to both of them, see how it is being married to a former prince or a prince and how his life is adjusting living out in California. I said, that's the things I'm interested in. I said, Emily, I'm sure has a whole worth of questions. I said, but they're not going to be hostile. I said, so think about that. I said, because going into this year, through the rest of this year, a lot of his interviews are going to be hostile. I said, so why don't you send him somewhere where he knows it's going to be a pleasant and lighthearted interview? I said, so I told him where to go listen to John's podcast at, and I sent him some of our stuff to go listen to too. And he wrote me back and he said, well, yeah, he said, they really sound, and I said, he went and watched an interview with the 3 of us. And he said, it sounds like she's very sweet and very nice. I said, as long as you don't anger her, I said, she's Canadian. So she gotta be
Joe, you ruined the whole opportunity.
And so keep your fingers crossed. That's as far as I could go. I gave y'all's number and also keep your fingers crossed and we'll see where it goes. I know they said something about they're going to be doing stuff in August and September. I think they're going to be doing some TV stuff and some other interviews. They said, so y'all have got a big enough name that they should be interested.
That'd be great. No, that'd be good.
And she's writing now too. So
yeah,
she's publishing books now.
Yeah, see, this is about inspiring people to write. So we actually
I really think they should
newsies type of stuff. That's just not our thing, and I don't take sides and play favorites on stuff. This is just, it's all about, let's help and reward the arts. Let's just, like what he just did with the Diana Award, his mom, that's what this thing is about, except, he has the Diana Award. We've got, L. Ron Hubbard with the award that he created to be able to really further the arts and that's all it's about, So we don't get into politics. We don't get into any type of shaming stuff, as you've observed too. I mean, that's just so not what we are. In fact, like I said before on the last show, we even have a policy on the Writers of the Future. If you go into the website, onto the forum or anything like that, and start making any disparaging comments, you will be kicked off.
It should be.
It's just, we don't have that. This is all about
no trolling.
Yeah, validating and helping the guys out, because it's hard to find just clean, straight help.
It is, and in today's world, it's just nice to see something that's pleasant and kind, and I've listened to Harry a few times over the years, and he's got a good heart. I mean, people can hate on him all they want, but the man's got a good heart, and he should be treated as such. And that's why I told him, because when I was talking with my boy, he's like, well, who exactly are they? I said, it's Galaxy Press and the Ron Hubbard Awards. I said, they're kind of connected together. I said, the whole bunch of people, I've dealt with 4 or 5 of them over there. I said, they're very nice people. I said, they're very laid back. I said, they really know this stuff. And I said, their grammar is far better than mine is. He said, well, that's a damn good thing. I was like, but look, I said, if you're more comfortable with me being there when the conversation starts, I said, I have no problem. I said, but look, I said, I'm telling you, I said, I will put my reputation on them doing this interview. I said, I'm not even worried about it. He said, really? You like them that much? He said, Joe, you never do that kind of stuff. He said, you're always kind of, I said, no. I said, in this case, I said, I really do think. And when he was shocked when I said, I'd rather y'all do it than I would.
Wow.
He said, well, it'd be such a feather in your cap. I said, yeah, but I got a couple of other feathers coming this year. I got an interview with de Blasio. I got a couple of big interviews coming up later in the year. And I actually did. Big D was supposed to be today. We got pushed off for 2 days. But
who's that?
Mayor de Blasio from New York. And so it's that's completely a political kind of interview.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And that's the first thing they asked me about the interview. Is just going to be a hostile interview? I said, no. I just got some questions. I said, we went back and forth for like 6 months on questions. I'm not kidding you. I sent them 25. They sent them no. Yeah, no. Finally, after 6 months, we agreed on the 20 questions that were going to be asked. And some of them are not exactly easy questions. But he agreed, and I agreed, and it's all well done. And I got a couple of people to bring on this year, and that's why I say next year will probably be a better run for the Centralists, because we got some pretty hard big guests coming on over the next 6 months in the political world. But you notice I never drag John and Emily into the politics, because there's no reason for it. I mean, they're a clean group; they do really well, and there's no reason to involve politics in what they do, because they don't. When you submit, they don't care what political view you have. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't care about your politics. They don't care what color you are. They don't care how old you are. All they care is about the story. Okay, my alarm went off. That's my phone alarm. Sorry, guys.
Well, what's amazing though, Joe, is when because it's open for everybody, and we get all kinds of people that come into Hollywood every year for the workshops and for the big event and so forth, and that we publish, and it's literally every different political view is there. Every, people from all walks of life are there. And the amazing thing is when they're all here together and they're all here, talking about writing it, they all get along amazingly. It's just super nice to see that. It doesn't matter, what field or what side of what fence you come from.
Yeah.
You're here, for your talent alone. And that's an awesome thing.
It is too. Glinda, okay, look, if you can send me, I'll give you 2 minutes. If you send me Ron Hubbard's birthday, you can have one of the 3 over here. Okay? It's always an easy question. I already know what it is, but I'm not going to say. If you can send me Ron in 2 minutes, I know you. I can see her now. That's cheating, by the way. But anyway, 2 minutes, and we're going to get that one away. Oh, no. These are great books. I mean, really, truly. I told my wife I didn't want to give them away. I wanted to read them all first, but I decided I'll be nice and give y'all a couple of them out first. We're going to give away 3 Friday and 3 today. So anyway, like I said, those 3 over there, yes, March 13th, 1911. You know how I remember his birthday? My dad was born January 25th, 1911. That's why I remember. So it's easy. No, yes. Which one do you want? Oh, no, you ain't getting the one with the cool art cover. No. All right, so let me take it down so I know who it's going to, and I will set up an email. I'm going to set this down here so I know who that goes to. Let me write it over here right quick. Sorry, guys. Let me type this in right quick. There goes my little 5-finger typing there with it. And, okay, but now I know it's you. I saved your email. I put the book in it. So Expect I'll send it out in the morning, and you should get it in a couple of days. See how easy that was, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to give away some more. Not this one, though. This one ain't going yet. But these over here can still go. I like giving away stuff. I always have. It's a thing. I've given away. Oh, you mean the nights when we gave away money? No, we're not doing that again. We're never doing that again. That was insane. I said, okay, I'll give away $100. I was giving away $1,500 that night. So I'll give $100. Man, the phone lines you couldn't even get anything out. Everything was so many people. I was like, okay, enough of that. We're not doing that. We thought I was giving away $15 million. It was crazy. What do you mean? Who lives in that Phoenix? We're not. Stop. That's enough. We get enough of this stuff. But go over, check out. Go over, look at Writers of the Future. You can find them on our website. You can find them in theirs. They're easy to get. I'm gonna bring their website up in just a little bit. Let me get all the stuff on the screen first. You can go right over to writersofthefuture.com. It's easy, cool. Or you go over to Galaxy Press. That's where you're going to find the books if you want to buy them with a pad. You can't see it back here tonight because I got the camera turned, but they got lots of good material over there. That's where these books came from, by the way. I picked them up the other night. I was amazed how fast they got here, by the way. And y'all can't expect that kind of shipment, by the way. But still, that was amazing. My wife called her, were you expecting something from Galaxy Press? I said, already? I said, yeah, cool. Put it on the thing for me. And it was great because we were giving them away tonight. We wanted to get them out tonight. So we really want you to get a grasp of what's going on. And we want you to really understand what kind of stories we're talking about, what kind of artwork we're talking about. The artwork is fabulous, guys. And they really got a lot of good artists. They got a lot of good writers. And again, I'll answer that question with a no. They do not keep your stories. This is the first thing these ladies asked me yesterday. Well, they're going to own my story. I said, no, they don't, actually.
No, you maintain your rights. The art and the stories, the creators maintain the rights.
Yeah, Janine, they do it the same way our station does it. We don't own your. We have the right to rebroadcast it because it's on our station, but we don't own your material. It's your material. It's not ours. And I love to hear that because most people just want to. That's mine. It's mine, and you're not getting it. I'm going to sell it and make $1 million, and you're going to get 10 cents. I see a lot of that. I mean, I get a lot of authors. I mean, we talk to a lot of authors, and I got to be honest. Since I met y'all. Every time I talk to an author, I tell them about y'all because, I see some of these guys who just get burnt. Mm-hmm. And I said, you go find somebody who can help you with this and make you understand this. I said, go right to Writers of the Future. I said, because really, I'm not going to name any companies, but there's a couple of them out there that are greedy as all hell and back.
Yeah.
And it's hard, to be a writer and get out there and make your first book, make any money. And for a lot of y'all, some of them books shouldn't be making no money anyway. I'm just saying. Yeah, Glenda. Yeah, I've seen that book. No. We're not even going to talk about that. That was just too funny. But there's a lot of good stuff going out there. So the awards open up tomorrow. Now it's going to be linked on the website. By the way, I changed the color to blue. I got to go back and hit the bold letters. I forgot. But y'all go right to the website, www.uprntalkradio.com. On the upper right-hand corner, you will see a list of the shows and the website. All of them, you just click the shows and it'll take you right to it. If I can tomorrow, I'll look and see if I can link it directly to the categories. I will, and you can go right in there and look at them like that. But I really want y'all to kind of go around and look around, get a feel for stuff. We're going to have more shows in next year. I can guarantee you that. And we want y'all to get familiar with the site because we want you to go vote. We want you to get involved.
Yeah.
And if you know anybody that works for them, say, hey, this guy's really good. This guy, yeah, we want his show to win. I know you know somebody over there, so you go over there and say, hey, Joe, treat you right. No, seriously.
Do you have a link there for people to know where to go on the site?
I do. They're up there. I put them up. John had sent it to me earlier today, and I linked all 4 of the shows, and the message he had put up there is all linked up. So y'all go straight in and get there. And they will start being on the end of the shows. I'm going to get with John. We're going to do a little promo with the 4 shows, like a little video. I'll probably get John to do it. He's looking good these days. And we'll put it up there. And it's going to run on all the shows. It's going to be the last thing on every show. Because right now, you're Writers of the Future video. It runs on the end of every show. And
maybe you can also at some point you can play that as well. So because you're talking about like the Rise of the Future and that we showed this room that we're in. Emily went around and did a video of it.
That was a great video.
A 60-second video. If you still have it up to be able to play, that would be a good thing to also show.
Yeah. We'll play in a little bit. And I was like, damn, man, did you go hire a professional crew to do this? The video came out really good. You did a great job on Emily, by the way. And hey, you had a steady hand too. Well, look, people send me videos like this and stuff, I'm like, I can't play that, or it's doing like this. I'm like, no.
I think it was a little shaky, but there was a good.
And but we have it up here, and actually, we still have the one. We're going to play that one with the giant guy over in
good,
LA
yeah.
too. We got that up there too.
Yeah, in Hollywood, yeah.
When we get into the second hour, we're going to play a couple of these. No, well, the Writer's Future video we play at the end of the shows, guys. Y'all can catch it. It's just a little promo for his show. And no, I don't need a promo on my shows. No, my shows do well enough. I don't need to torture my host with my promos. It's now for the Writer Future thing. That's different. I'll be torturing y'all with that. But the other stuff y'all have to worry about. But we got a lot of good people coming into the network now. We got a lot of people interested in us, and we got a lot of. It's been weird lately because it must be John got me into this. So lately, I've been getting these phone calls about, well, I hear you're the guy to talk to if we want to go worldwide. I'm like, and who the hell told you this? Which is true. I mean, we are worldwide. I'm not lying. I'm like, who told you this? Oh, just a bird. I'm like, well, you're not going to tell me, are you? Like, it's been weird, though. It's how I got the Big D interview. It just, it's word. That's why I tell people, you'd be surprised what word of mouth can do for you.
Yeah.
And getting you around in the world. The events are going to be in October this year out in LA. No, you're not invited, so shut up.
You can watch it online at writersthefuture.com.
Yes. Y'all be nice and polite people. I know some of y'all are crazy. Well, no, yes, I'm going to be out in California, and we'll talk about that on another show. Well, we're going to talk about it later on this show, but we'll talk about that on another show too. But people, pay attention, get out and vote. I mean, really, it's important. It's not like we're going to get become millionaires off these awards or anything, but it's prestige for the show. It's not even as much prestige for the host as it is for the show. You know, John's got a really good show that deserves a recognition. It should be looked at, and there's a lot there to learn. If you're an up-and-coming writer, even if you're a mid-grade writer, this is good stuff for you. I mean, you can learn a lot here. When I listen, I learn something every time. Actually, I might actually be able to get maybe 1,000 words put together now, 1,500, something like that. I was laughing the other day. I was thinking about Emily. I'm writing this thing. Emily, she's crazy. She can't do this. I was just cussing. And then I sat down and focused and actually started working for me. And I actually used some of the stuff off of the site because, like I said, and I've said this 100 times, it's about helping you think the right way. You know, one of my biggest problems always has been, you know, how do you fill the empty spaces? I mean, if you want me to write a documentary, 10 minutes, I can have you 10,000 words written. But if you want me to fill the empty spaces with, I was walking down the street and I was looking at the sky, that's just not happening. But by reading this, by taking this course, actually, it's helped me with this immensely. It's helped me change the way I think about it. And it's the only way I can tell y'all guys. It really has helped me. And I'm going back. I'm going to take it again. I'm getting ready to have some free time. I got to try general nerve going out on the right side of my face. It has excruciating pain from time to time. And so they're working on that. So I'm going to get a couple of days off because of that. So I'm thinking while I'm waiting on that, it's probably going to be 2 months before it happens. But I think while I have that time off, I'm going to sit down and really try to take the course again and really finish out what I've already started writing. I'll probably go back and change some stuff and all. And what do you mean, Jimmy? Oh, it's sci-fi, actually, I'm writing, yes. Well, I've watched enough sci-fi, I should be able to get something out. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know how many sci-fi movies I've missed, but there's not many. And as far as series goes, there's not many of those I've missed either. I like to watch sci-fi late at night because usually when I wrap up on the weekends and sometimes on weekdays it's midnight, so I'll flip on a TV around 1 in the morning and watch 2 or 3 hours before I can go to sleep. And so it's a good time for me to sit and it's quiet, nothing's going on in my house. Or nothing's going on in the studio. I can walk over to the studio, nothing's going on there. So I can sit and peace and write. And believe it or not, I didn't know this, but I like to write old school with a piece of pencil and paper. I thought I was going to like writing on a computer better, but come to find out, not so much. I don't know why. I can't even tell you why. I wish there was a reason. I wish I could give you all a reason for why, but I've been doing it on a computer, and the computer was aggravating me, and I sat down with a piece of paper and a pencil and started writing. And it actually started flowing. I was like, well, look at this. Okay, well, this is different. Of course, I can barely read my own handwriting. It's still.
One thing that's interesting you say that, Joe. L. Ron Hubbard was an amazingly prolific author. And when he wrote Battlefield Earth, that was like 435,000 words in 8 months. And then he went back and wrote Mission Earth, which is 1.2 million words in also just over 8 months. And he didn't use a computer. He used 2 manual typewriters. But he also, this is from this book here, Battlefield Earth. In the back of the book, you've got, these are his handwritten notes that he would write, because a lot of stuff he'd handwrite, because he was a very fast and very legible writer. So he wrote a lot of stuff. And in the back of this book has about 15 different notes that he wrote that is part of the book. And so people get an idea of how he did it. But you say you like to write with hand.
Well, you know what I've been doing, John? I got a program on my phone sometimes, like I'll be at work, and I'll get an idea. My partner hates this, by the way. I'll turn it on, blah, 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 and I'll turn it off, and then I'll come home and write it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he said, what are you doing? He said, that's business. And no, it's not business. It's something else. He's like, we're on top of, I'm not kidding you. The other day, we were on top of a 4-story roof, laying sheets down, and I'm talking about the story I'm writing. He's like, Joe, I'm like, hey, y'all got it handled. Go ahead. Hey, there's advantages to being the boss. Let's be honest about it. And it's just, for some reason, maybe it's a tactile sense of feeling it and go across the page. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It also feels relaxing to me, which I didn't think it would. I thought it was going to make me, tense up and be aggravated. Now, when I get on the computer, it does kind of aggravate me. But, you mean Brenda? Sorry, Brandy. You're talking about, there is about 25 hours of it's 12 shows with 25 hours of material for a book. Yes, what we did was we laid out a book. A friend of mine, AS, we laid out 25 hours for a book, and it's all in audio. So eventually I will go back, pull all that audio, and go ahead and put that down on paper as well. But that's research. That's not so much a novel. That's more research than it is anything else. It just needs to be categorized and put in. But we did it that way in case somebody else wanted to do it or write it down. I know a couple of people transcribed it, but that's not the same. It has to be redone and put in certain orders and stuff. But it does. It just feels better to me to do it that way.
One of our judges, Kevin Anderson, dictates. He wrote a book with another one of our Rise Feature winners. What's his name? But Kevin wrote a book with one of our winners, and on dictate and how to dictate Martin Shoemaker, on how to dictate a book. And so Kevin does hikes. He's hiked up all the mountains over, I think, 5,000 feet in Colorado, and he dictates his stories. Martin does the same thing when he drives. He's a computer programmer, so when he drives back and forth to work, he dictates his novel as he's conceiving it, and then he's got a transcriber, and then he goes into an editing process, and he finishes his book that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to do it too, because I have an hour drive back and forth to work every day, and I use it for a lot of that stuff. I use it for sometimes if I'm listening to audio books, or if I want to talk about something. It's just a good time for me to do it. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I'm cruising along. I'm doing a speed limit. Everybody's asking, but I'm doing a speed limit. Yeah, shh. But no, it's a good place for me because nobody's in a car with me. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I can listen to the books, or I can dictate stuff out. And it just helps me later on. And I use it for work too. I mean, for work related stuff sometimes. I'll be dictating stuff. So if I got something to do at work, or I got a customer I need to talk to, or something like that. Matter of fact, I was doing it earlier today. I'm doing 2 bids for 2 jobs in the city. I was actually doing it today and getting it out of my system. So I'd be out of my brain when I came on air tonight. So I don't want to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Robbie, no, we're going to give a book after the first of the hour. Calm down. They're not going nowhere. Look, they're still there. You'll see them disappear as they come down. What do you mean what's going to be next? I'm not going to tell you the next question ahead of time. That's cheating, man. That's cheating. Well, I tell you what. If you don't win one tonight, go over to Galaxy Press and buy one. Yeah, or actually, I bought the set. That's a great deal, guys. You're not going to find this set for this price. If you go buy them individually, you're going to pay twice that, maybe even 3 times.
Yeah.
No, it's a great deal. You better catch it while it's there, because I don't know how long it's going to last. But go over there, buy the set, or if not, you can hope you can win one tonight. What, you want that one? That's one you keep pointing at. That's one. Well, we'll see. If you win, if you get the question, when I ask it, then you can have that one. It's up to you. We'll see where it goes in a little while. Ricky, no, we're going to play that after the first of the hour. Oh, you didn't see it last time? Well, you get to see it this time. He keeps asking about the giant guy in L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, we'll play it after the first hour. When we come into the second hour, I'll play both of them back to back, and you can see what we're talking about. Now, if you know who Michelle DeRoche is and Amelia Pisano, they host the Outer Realm. I would have made them come on with us tonight, but they follow us tonight, so I didn't want to put poor Michelle and Amelia on 4 hours straight. But they follow us tonight, and they do a fabulous job with the Outer Realm. The Outer Realm, I don't want to call it a paranormal show because it really is a variety show. even though they dabble a lot into the dark stuff and the paranormal stuff, it really is variety. And if you want to get on their show, you better get hold of them now because they book out 6 months to a year in advance. They leave a couple of spots in case something major happens, but really they stay booked well out. Yeah, almost anybody who's on TV that's in that genre wants to be on that show as soon as they can get on it. They're both pretty famous.
Nice people. They are such nice people.
Yes.
My word.
No, they're Canadian. What do you expect?
Yeah, they bully me all the time, but still I love them.
Yeah, well,
I probably have it coming actually, but still, it's no, they're great hosts, both of them. Michelle's been doing television for a long time. She also owns Canada's Most Haunted. Um, Amelia was doing crime. She was helping find missing babies and stuff like that. So she's really good at what she does. Both of them are really good at what they do. They're both very stable hosts, intelligent, attractive, which is what we want. And they deserve to win an award. I mean, their shows host between they almost keep up with mine. Tonight, I expect they'll do anywhere from 1.6 to 2.2 million tonight. Tomorrow, they'll be somewhere in the 1.5 to 1.9 million range. And now it helps that these slots have good shows in front of them. It always helps. See, like for poor John, he's the opening show for Monday because there is a show for him, but it's a music show. And so we can't really count it as an opening show because they do music. You heard it here first is what they do. And they do a lot of music with a lot of big artists, but it doesn't really help bring the audience to what John's doing. Not to say that there's not people who listen to music that aren't interested in writing, just you're not going to find as many. Now, if he was 3 hours later, or if he was behind the panel show that's I think it's Paranormal Talk, they usually leave about 1 million listeners when they leave, anywhere from 700,000 to 1 million listeners when they leave. Why isn't it up for an award? Because they're crazy. That's why. Lord, that show could be nutsy sometimes. Well, it's a panel show, and sometimes they get into let's talk over each other for an hour, and that as the show goes, that's not a good show. Let's be honest. The Sensualists, I let them do panels with me from time to time. Sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's the panels, but that's another. Friday is a harsh night. It's a good night. Jeffrey's got Church of Mavis, and he opens up with about 500,000 listeners. And then the Sensualist is going to do anywhere from 1 million to 1.5 million, depending on what's going on. Science and Beyond last week had a great audience on it last night. And then it closes with Spaced Out Radio at 2 a.m. Y'all been on Spaced Out on another Canadian, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm being invaded by Canadians, man. I swear. It's insane how many Canadians I have on this network. But they're all good hosts. And Dave's a lot of fun. He's a little crazy, but he's a lot of fun. And him and I talk every once in a while. I don't get to talk to him as much as I used to, but I guess we both stay really, really busy. But it's a good show. So Friday's a good roundup. Saturday's a little different. Right now we just have the Gray Zone there because I fired the other two shows. Shh, I didn't say that aloud, did I? Damn it. Every now and then you got to get rid of some shows. But still, it's a good day for shows. And the Gray Zone's doing average is about 2.2 to 2.5 million listeners. Worldwide, too. It's a great show because it's all over the place. We actually had a caller from North Korea last week, and we don't do callers, which is funny. We don't do guests or callers on that show. It's still people try to call in every week. It's really supposed to be a closed show. It's a pay-for-listen show after it comes down. And right now it's not available anyway, so if you're not catching it on a Saturday, you're not getting to listen to it. Ooh, I got cussed by some lady the other day, too, about that. Well, why do you even tease us if you're not going to put it up? I said, it'll be up. It'll be up. We're just rebuilding a YouTube channel. Just calm down. It'll be up soon enough. And it will, people. Y'all be able to catch it back and pay for listen pretty soon. It was doing well on the other channel, so it'll be up there and available really soon. And of course, Mondays is a good day, but it's just it's a long day. We start broadcasting at 2:00 in the afternoon and don't quit till 2 a.m. When Dave Scott ends up. So it's a long day on broadcasting. A lot of listeners go through the network on that day. A lot of different shows on that day, and then we got a lot of different. And what's nice about Monday is it's a true variety day. So you got music, you got writing. You got weirdo paranormal stuff. You got the angel rock, which is kind of mischievous, just kind of more new age, I guess. New age metaphysical might be a better word for it. And then, of course, the Horsefly Chronicles are in there, which had their own show, and people should know who they are. And it's just a really good rounded up Monday. And Tuesday's a little different. Tuesday is a weird day. Shh, I didn't say that out loud, but Tuesday is a weird day. And then we got Wednesday and Thursday, which are the two biggest days right now, followed by Friday. So y'all get out there and vote, people. I mean, you want these shows to stay on. You don't want me to start firing hosts. You better get out there and vote for them. Well, that's not true. None of these shows are any jeopardy. Go vote. I'm just being serious. Get out. If you know somebody, if you don't know somebody, if you can figure out how to get in there and vote, go vote. Well, you've got to join them to vote, and they only take X amount of people. So get involved. Go over there. Vote. No, you can't vote. Well, that's not true. You can vote more than once. You just can't vote more than once for the same show.
Yeah.
So you can vote for many shows. So feel free. Also,
a lot of different categories.
Also, I know my name has got up like 10 times for influential podcaster. So y'all get over there and vote. It's I did see that. I don't know. Somebody sent me that the other day. I didn't even know you could do that. I guess I wasn't paying attention that day I was over there. And well, no, I put John up. That's right. Actually, you're right. I do remember that, Ryan. I did. I put up most influential. Who you thought was most influential podcast? I put John's name up.
Me, John?
Yeah, you, John. Yeah,
Wow,
you, John.
Wow.
Thank you.
And well, I know my name was put up a couple times too. I know a couple people went over there, but still, no, he's way better at this than I am. I like doing podcasts, but he's more proper and clean and trim. I'm just crazy sometimes, especially when y'all get me on politics. Oh my God, hands will be going up in the air and stuff. Well, it's funny, and you're right, Denise. It's true. When I do other people's shows, my grammar and my reflections are much more intact than when I do my own, because I'm doing somebody else's show. I want to be respectful to their show, like the one I did today with Charles. He's a British broadcaster. He's got a great show over there, and I always like talking to him. So yes, I'm more refined, I guess you could say. Well, you would never know I came from a very wealthy family and went to all private schools. It's hard to tell some days, just saying. It's hard to tell on some days, but I enjoy my life. It's fun. And I like doing podcasts. I like doing radio. And we're on, no, we're not on 107.7 today. We are on, 105.3. Yes. Actually, how can I explain this? A company in New Orleans approached me. They were having problems with their station. They made me a deal I couldn't refuse. That's all I can say. So they're renting the number for now, and eventually we'll take it back when we set up the new towers. We're setting up a tower, and we're trying to set up a tower in Kill, Mississippi that will broadcast from Pensacola, Florida, to the Texas border, from the Gulf of Mexico up to about Nashville, Tennessee, on one server. All FM stations. So the current FM station in New Orleans broadcast in New Orleans, but we really want to reach out further than that. But we had such a good response from the city, we're thinking we could have a better response from a bigger audience. No, if it works right, eventually we'll go from 20,000 watt to 100,000 watts, and we can broadcast coast to coast.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So it's just one little baby step at a time. We started out with a 2,000 watt server. We got a 5,000 now, and now we're looking for 20,000 watt. Well, every time, people, you got to talk to the FCC, and we're near NASA, so we got to make sure we're not overriding any of NASA. We don't want no spaceships falling out of the sky or anything because the radar's not working.
The gray zone.
So we just want to make sure that things are doing what they're supposed to be. So there's a lot of regulations, and you mean language? No, most of our hosts don't curse. Most curse words aren't going to get you in trouble anyway. It's just the C word, the F word. There's a few that get you in real trouble. They're more interested in the way you string things together than the actual word. It's more about how you're saying something than the actual word. You can get in trouble for the words, but really it's more about your intent than it is the word itself. So, but if you use the F word or the C word more than once, you can get fined $25,000. So, and they don't find the station the first time; they find the host. Oh yeah. Second time they find the station, and they still sign the host. Host will get first time 25 hosts, second time 50. Station pays 25, 75 G's. Yeah, you're fired, just so you know that ahead of time. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And I've always had a rule: if you can't do 2 hours of radio without cursing, maybe you should not be in radio.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean, ladies and gentlemen. It's just there's a time and a place for everything. Now, when we're podcasting and not on FM, I don't care what you say, because you can't get me in any trouble on podcast. Internet does not care what you say or how you say it. Unfortunately, though, FM radio does. Mm-hmm. So just be careful out there. But anyway, I'm gonna cue these up right quick, and then we're gonna get back to talking to the awards. But let's see. Let's put this one up first.
Here we are in the Writers and Illustrators of the Future Lounge at the Author Services Building in Hollywood. It contains a gallery of the writer and illustrator judges, a selection of the awards the contests have received, a library containing novels and art books published by winners and judges, and a selection of photos of some of our beloved keynote speakers and guests. For nearly 4 decades, L. Ron Hubbard's Writers of the Future contest has discovered and nurtured a steady stream of new authors and artists who have changed the face of science fiction. Chosen by an impressive panel of judges, drawn from the biggest names in the genre, contest winners are given the best possible foundation for a long-standing career. Now in its 3rd year, the Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast continues to provide advice and tips from contest judges, industry professionals, and contest winners for writers and artists wanting to take their next step, along with needed inspiration to keep on going. If you are already a regular listener of this podcast, I thank you. If you are new to it, I welcome you to the weekly installment of the Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast. This is John Goodwin, your host.
I'm telling you, that looks like a pro made that video. Good thing you're going to be busy at this thing coming up. I have to make me a video. Dang, girl. You see it smooth, goes around. It's like she's on a rollerblade or something going around the place.
When you come out here, we have a lot fancier equipment than we used for making that little video.
Yes.
But this for the awards, it'll be her voice narrating it because I don't want to narrate promoting myself. So she'll be reading the script on that one.
Yeah, excellent. That's a good thing. Emily's got a great voice. It's and what do you mean? Oh no, y'all know how I am, people. If I don't like something or I think somebody's got a good voice, I'll be the first one to tell them. I've had people call me and ask me for about radio shows before, and I'm like, don't take this the wrong way, but you don't have the voice to do radio. And they're like, no. I said, no, you really don't have the voice to do radio. I said, some voices are scratchy or high pitched or low pitched. It doesn't come over good on a radio or TV for that matter. It's just, and it's not a mean thing. I'm not trying to be mean to people, but I don't want people to waste a bunch of money to find out a year later that they're not really growing a listening audience. I had one lady just beg me. I said, okay, I'm going to put you on. I said, I'll put you on one of the other slots. And like 8 months later, she said, you're right. I said, she said, everybody says I'm kind of mousy sounding. I said, Bill, I told you in the beginning, you just don't have a radio voice. I said, you got to project when you're talking, and you can't worry about what everybody's thinking about you at the moment. You got to be thinking about what's in your head, what you're involved with. I said, I've watched you. You're too worried about what's going on here and what's going on there. I said, it's just people catch that and they think you're distracted or something else is going on. I said, it just doesn't come out well over radio. And since now everybody's on video now, it's a lot harder. Mm-hmm. You got to look decent. You got to look clean. Yeah, I know it's all salty looking today. Shut up. It's people always talk about my beard. That's just wrong. You know that, right? I'm gonna shave the damn thing off. You ain't got nothing to talk about no more. Now, that's what you're gonna say. No, I guess because it changes colors from time to time. Dyed pink.
Dave Scott, he's got his huge beard and all his hair and stuff like that.
No,
he pulls a baggie from behind and says, "This is the last beard I shaved off."
Yes, it's crazy how it goes. It's no. Sometimes people look real quick. When I'm doing real TV, they want it dyed, not me. I let the thing go back white. But for some reason, they say it doesn't come over television real well. It looks like it's bleached out or something. I found that out with, who was I working with? Prometheus Entertainment was the first one to tell me that. They're great people. I'm not criticizing. No, they're fabulous people. I enjoyed working with them. But the guy said, is that white? Because it was really white. It had a little bit of salt in it, but it was more white than salt. And he's like, oh, no, that's just not going to work well on the camera. And they brushed something in, and I looked like a monkey man after that. But hey. I don't care. No, really, people, you can't get insulted when they tell you stuff like that. They're trying to make you look good. Personally, I think I looked like a pig when I was on last time I was on television, but they're only doing what they think you need to look like, so you look good in whatever you're portraying, and it's just part of it. And old days we just did radio. It didn't matter what you look like. You didn't have to get dressed or anything. One of my hosts, because we got new rules on the network about how you got to look, what you're up to. He said, do I have to wear a tie? I said, no, you don't have to wear a tie. I said, I like wearing a tie. I said, you don't have to wear a tie. I said, but you don't need to look like a pig either. No sitting on your bed, no rolling around in your shorts, no doing this, no doing that. We want you to look good. We want you to look professional when you're on there. Different backgrounds is fine. Everybody's got a different background as long as it's not your kid back there or your dog or something running around and being crazy or something. What's that, Josh? I tell you what, if you can tell me what day that the Writers of Future events being held in October, I'll give you one of these two right there. Oh, one of these three right there. Mm-hmm. I know what day it's being held, but You might
I
want
know what it is too.
John knows when it is for sure. Well, what do you mean? What day the event is? I'll tell you. I'll give you hints in October. Just go to their website, Goofy and Galaxy Press. I mean, go over to Writers of the Future. I'm sorry, I'm getting the wrong website. Well, I'll give y'all 5 minutes because y'all cracking me up at the moment. And you know what? I'm gonna close this chat box if y'all keep it up. It's funny. We've been having this Pal Talk chat room for almost 20 years now, and it goes back and forth. Sometimes it's full of people. Sometimes there's nobody but dust in there. It used to be a support group way back in the day when we first started it, and they get insane in there. I mean, you'll see text flying by. Sometimes I'm tempted to put it online, but then I look at the text and say, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't need to be there. But we're going to play this other video while y'all are apparently looking for the date. Hold on a second.
Galaxy Audio presents Battlefield Earth, a saga of the year 3000 by L. Ron Hubbard.
Part 1, Chapter 1.
Man
Said Turl.
is an endangered species.
See, I'm all getting into the damn thing, waiting for the story to start. I gotta watch it.
So people know what that is and what this 12-foot alien is doing. That's actually on our balcony. We're here on Hollywood Boulevard, and that is on the second floor balcony looking over Hollywood Boulevard, that big alien. That's Turl from Battlefield Earth. And 5 years ago, we actually crashed like a 60-foot spaceship in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard. We shut down the street, and the spaceship opened up, Turl came out, and it was a whole thing. We had Johnny Goodwin, Tyler, and the Scots running down the street, and they were shooting Battlefield Earth T-shirts out with their guns, and but it was a whole event, and it had a lot of coverage here in Hollywood, and so then the audiobook for Battlefield, it was the launch for the audiobook. We had never had like a multicast audiobook, 47 and a half hours long, over 65 actors on the audiobook. So when we won the audio award for the audiobook.
Yeah, this is the audio award, which is the highest honor you can get for an audiobook.
Yeah, so that was for the Battlefield Earth audiobook. And then,
when we released it, that week when it released, we were number one in America, in the United States, with this is the book and the top trade paperback, the top science fiction book, and the top audiobook. It was number one in all three categories in the United States when it released in 2016.
So 5 years later, we got our big 12-foot alien. He's back out on the balcony harassing passerbys on Hollywood Boulevard. And right below him, there's in the window display, there's a little TV there and a whole display, and people can get more information about it. So that's a little video we put together of us assembling Turl there up on the balcony. That's why you saw him in two pieces and coming up the side of the building there.
Yeah, he was coming for Emily. That's what was going on. we know the truth of what's going on. Which one you want? Which one? I can't see back. Wait, this one? That one? Is that one I'm going to have my hand on? Is that the one you're after? Oh wait, now you make me start an avalanche.
Dominoes.
You're going to make me start an avalanche. Oh, good, we didn't start an avalanche. So this is the one you're after, right? Hold on, let me put it where you can see it. There you go. That's the one you're after.
Yeah.
That's book 34. Send it to my email. Send me your address to my email. And remember, it's book 34, so I don't forget. Okay? Because I might send it to somebody else. You know how I am. I'm going to be double upping on anybody. Oh, no, we're going to give away one more tonight. Y'all just calm down over there. Jesus, people. Making me use the God word. Come on. Calm down in this room. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, wait, we got another show? Wait, who put another show up for an award? What? Man, I just got to keep up with things around here lately. So Chasing Prophecies up. Well, if y'all gonna be up, y'all need to tell me what category and stuff y'all gonna be up for. Dang, Chase Prophecy is pretty good. They might have a chance of winning. So y'all gonna be in the same category with Michelle and him, huh?
Yeah. So get that. That's on your network, Joe.
Yeah, they just wrote to me. Well, let me see if she put it in here. I seen it come up on my phone first, but I didn't. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they need the RSS feed for the thing. I'll send y'all just a minute, Jenny. I'll send this over to you. And let me see. Oh, wrong thing. Jenny, if you're listening, tell me. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me ask her right here. What cat? Not catalog, stupid phone. I swear, I hate my phone tries to speak English for me. She'll tell me in a minute. People are strange these days. What's all? Yeah, okay, we're just ignoring all of that. Yeah, this just came up on my phone a few minutes ago. I seen it pop up. I was like, what? So, yeah, look, no, I wish y'all the best. Look, anybody who wins on the network is just a coup for me. I'm always happy. We've won 2 awards in the last 2 years for Best Local Broadcaster. We got honorable mention at, where was it? One of the award ceremonies just recently.
iHeart.
Yeah, they're sending me the, I should get the little plaque thing. It'll be on the website pretty soon so y'all will be able to see it. So, guys, get involved. We work hard. Everyone on this network works hard.
So that shows Jason's prophecy, you said?
Chasing Prophecy. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh Paranormal Chasing Prophecy is what it is. And they're putting it up. So it does just go into Chasing Prophecy. But like I said, everybody here works hard. There's not a host. It's like John and Emily. John works his butt off for his show, but it's not just the only thing he's doing. Both of them stay busy. They're like I am. None of us, for most of the people who host in this network, we have like 3 lives running at the same time. It's hard to explain, but we all got multiple things going on in multiple directions. And they're all good stuff. It's not bad stuff. It's not like we're out trying to conquer the world or take over the world or anything. We're really, in our own ways, trying to improve the world a little bit or put a little bit more life into the world. I don't know how to explain it, but, I want to see the world a better place. I'd like to see stuff left behind for my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. And if reincarnation is real, maybe I'll come back as one of the great-great-grandkids in the near future. Not until we go to Mars, though. Whoever who's listening to this, I'm coming back. Wait till we go to Mars first. I don't want to come back before then. I might want to move or something. You know how it is. And, I might be time to move off the world. What's that, Raymond? What's the question? Raymond, I know you got a question for Emily and John, but it's jibber jabber. Rewrite that. No, I'm not even going to try to read that. It's jibber jabber. It's like every other word you forgot what you were saying. Just rewrite it. Oh, okay. You just want to know how they got involved with all of this? Well, that's a good question. Either one of y'all, how did y'all get involved with Writers of the Future and all? Well,
I started way back when they just invented paper. No, I started. So it's right now in year number 38. When I got involved, it was just as the volume 2 was being published. And I was working for Bridge Publications, and I started working there, and I worked all the different areas of Bridge Publications, and that's where we published all the fiction and nonfiction works of L. Ron Hubbard. And in 2002, I was asked to come over and start a new publishing house called Galaxy Press, and Writers of the Future came over with it. And it's just, I've really enjoyed it a lot because I've met so many amazing people. All the judges are just fantastic. I'm able to go through and survey. And when I go to conventions, Emily and I will search out people and trying to meet them. And that's how we select our upcoming judges. And it's interesting that so many of the judges that we get were themselves contest entrants. Mm-hmm. A few of our judges were winners, but a lot of them, they were finalists or they got honorable mentions, like Brandon Sanderson. Was one of our most recent judges. But we've got a lot of folks that been involved with the contest now for so many years. So I've been involved with it since then, and I got more and more familiar with the judges and winners who have gone on with major careers. And I've just enjoyed it so much and become really, really good friends. And so when Emily and I started working together on this project, this is what for you?
14 years. I originally got a tour of Author Services like over 20 years ago. And I came into this room and toured this room. And I was so impressed. I was so touched by what the contest was doing for people. And then 14 years ago, I came here to work. I'm just, and I'm still impressed. And I love it. Every time, we have an event, winners come out and, and they have their stories and, when they win the contest and we publish them and we send them out on their book signing tours and book events for them and media and when they win, we win. And that's the reward that we get for doing this contest.
In that video that we showed you a little bit ago, some of those pictures on the wall there, one of them was...
that's Mark Hamill. We
got Mark Hamill there, who's obviously Star Wars, and there's Sean Astin there from Lord of the Rings. And then we also had one of the guys there is the creator of Batman is Bob Kane. Yeah. So he was a regular guest when he was still living. There's one of the pictures there had Isaac Asimov was a guest. We've had Ray Bradbury multiple times when he was with us. So we've got a lot of major players in science fiction. We've also got a lot of those pictures there were pictures of astronauts who themselves were inspired by science fiction, and they wanted to be able to just help, pay it forward themselves. And that's this whole thing what the contest is about. And so as I got more familiar, I originally got interested in science fiction as a youngster, and I think we talked about before was Lensman series was the first series. E.E. Doc Smith I was just totally amazed with. And there was another fantasy series called Witch World series by Andre Norton. Turns out that Andre Norton was one of our original judges, and I never met her in person, but I met her over the phone. She lived near where you are, Joe, but she had really bad arthritis and couldn't travel. But the author of Dune, Frank Herbert, was a judge. So we've got some major names connected with this contest because of the very fact that it's just open to anybody. There's no preconceived ideas. Everybody has the same chance of winning. Earlier on, it hasn't happened for a long time because the quality's come up way considerably. But in the early years, I think we had 2 prisoners actually win the illustrator contest. And we couldn't invite them, obviously.
They didn't make it out.
Yeah. But we've had people that we got high schools and grade schools that have kids enter the contest just to get practice writing and send it in. We've got with this course that she wrote now, that she created, there's over 5,000 students taking the course from 107, 108 countries. We've got a lot of people from all over the place, and it's just for them. They don't get the encouragement from anywhere, from their home country, from various countries in Africa, in Asia, the Middle East. Everybody's entering the contest now because they can get the encouragement they don't get from any place else, So that's why I really like it a lot, and that's why I continue just trying to expand on it, because it's something really we're trying to keep close to the mission statement given by Owen Hubbard in '83, and we're just holding to that. And so it's not political at all. I'm registered independent. So anybody wants to look and see, okay, this dude's independent. We don't take sides on anything. It's just straight. We're all about the story, all about the art, and recognizing that potential, because it's also helping to put a better future there too. It's the arts that help set the tone for society. And so we're trying to help provide artists that can really make a difference. And you also will see some amazing interviews on the podcast from just brilliant artists.
Yeah.
That's the way to be, right down the middle. That's why I know when I started the Centralist, people used to say, well, you're just not wanting to pick a side. I said, no, that's who I am. I said, I am picking a side. I'm picking my side. I said, I can't go this way and I can't go that way because those sides don't make any sense to me. I said, this is where I need to be. Yeah. And I find that, unfortunately for politicians, most of America is more in the middle these days. They're either independents or centralists, and they want to see stuff like this. They want to see stuff where you can join, you can go take a course for free, you can write a short story. They say short story, 17,000 words to me is a freaking novel, but still.
It's up to 17,000 words, so you can write a short story. I think the average is like between 5,000 and 8,000. I mean, that's an average.
Yeah.
But that's good that for some of you writers that can really write, that those extra words will help y'all out. But it's just nice to see stuff like this, and I don't know why more people don't do it. We're going to try to see if we can double y'all's amount of admissions this year, coming out through the next year.
Great.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to see I'll get up to about 10, 15,000. And that just gives more stories coming in, more stuff to read, and hopefully more good sci-fi.
Yeah.
I love people. I'm looking for some good sci-fi this year. Something good, something thrilling, something that makes me really stand down and look. What do you mean, like I like the Expanse. Well, we're not going to get into that tonight, but anyway, I like it and I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but there's parts of it I don't like. So anyway, we're just going to leave that alone tonight. It's too complicated for the night show. You know, maybe in the future we'll do a thing on different sci-fi shows and what they've contributed to society or not. I know I've been asked to do it lately, so maybe I'll invite John and Emily on to come talk when we do it. But it's interesting to see that it works. You know, it's been going on for how many? 38. 38 years
Yeah,
now.
we're in year 38 now.
Yeah, so, I mean, it works. I mean, it seems to do well. It seems to work. And you see people coming out of it that are getting careers. It's just nice to see stuff like that. And again, it's nice that it's free. But by the way, people, while I'm saying it's free, I don't necessarily mean it's free to join. So if you win, you get paid, you'll get a little money, they'll fly you out there. To me, the money's not as important as the fact that they're going to fly you out there and put you in a workshop with the big dogs for a week. I mean, some of these people that they have been talking about really are impressive. It's not people you're going to normally get to meet on your own. Unless you just happen to be out fan jumping or something, you're just not going to get to meet these people. And even then, they're not going to tell you their secrets on how to write, but here they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to work with you and help you to understand and really show you the finer points of being a writer or an illustrator.
Yeah, a lot of what we get into also is like the business of writing, you know, how to deal with contracts, you know, what are the organizations and groups, how do you get on panels, how do you play the convention circuit, all these things. What's the right percentage of time to look to conventions versus writing? You know, how do you avoid burnout? All these different things that they've gone through and they want to share it with others because now they consider it as a winner, you are their contemporary.
You know, and it's true. The burnout thing is important because with anything in life, if you do it too much, you can burn yourself out on it. Mm-hmm. And like eating pizza. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
not pizza.
It's not in that category. Chocolate don't fall in that category.
Yeah, no, but really, people, go out, take the course, get involved. If you don't do it, let me put it this way: if you don't submit the story, you can't win.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you might read it, you might hate it, but still submit it. If it's bad, they'll put it to the wayside and say thank you for writing it and stuff.
And then you can submit again.
Yeah, and then you can submit again.
What you get from us is a thank you very much for submitting. Submit again. That's quote unquote the reject.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way. You're not getting your feelings hurt, and you can write another story. And remember, there's a lot of people who submit, so you may not win the first time out or the second time out or the third. But if you don't keep submitting, you don't have a chance of winning.
Yeah,
it provides a challenge too in an environment that you're working with other people that are in similar intentions to want to become a writer. And whether you win or not, you know, sometimes people will quote unquote pro out, meaning they've sold too many stories professionally that they now are not able to enter the contest. That's happened. Some of our judges that happened with Robert Sawyer, it happened with Kevin Anderson, it happened with, what's that? Brandon Sanderson happened with. So it's just one thing that will actually happen. But the main thing on is that you're working with other people. You got that challenge every quarter that will make you, like, let's get that story in, and it gets you into the habit of being a writer. And some people just value just the contest because it gives them a reason to write and submit every 3 months, and they will actually do that and themselves they start tracking themselves from being, just being submitted. Thank you very much. Nothing, and then they get to be honorable mentions, and then they're finalists as they move up, and they track it. And those are for them. That's stats as an author that they use.
And remember, people, honorable mention is still a nice thing. I mean, it's I've got a couple of those over the year myself, and I appreciate the fact that people even took the time to listen. Just recently, when we were talking with a group, we're going to get something. We're going to get 2 UK awards actually. We're finishing the top 40 best podcasters over there, which is nice. We've already got that award actually, and but somebody had to take the time to really sit and listen to the network. And granted, I mean, we have a wide variety of shows, so it's going to be hard when you're listening to us to come up with, okay, well, they're talking about this on this show, and they're talking about this on this show, and they're talking about this on this show. So you got to sit there and go through all of that to even find out if we're worth giving honorable mention to. So the fact that somebody took the time to listen to our 30 live shows and our 20 syndicated was nice. And if they listen to anything else, the other 50 or 60 we syndicate that are retired shows now, it's still nice that they're going through the material. And it's nice the fact that they took the time to listen and submit the letter to me and say, hey, you won here, you won in the top 40 best podcasts in the UK, which is nice. And, I enjoyed the thing. We're going to win again this year. And so it's, Bruce was telling me a lot of it has to do with the sheer amount of material we produce every year. And when you're producing anywhere from 150 to 200 archives a week, that's a lot. That's 400 hours of audio a week, people. That's a lot. I mean, if you can't find something there to listen to, frankly, you're just not listening, because there's everything in there. I mean, there's politics in there, there's God in there, there's food in there, there's paranormal in there, there's your dog barking at the neighbor in there. It's just a lot of material for anybody to listen to. And all the audio quality is pretty good these days, and the video quality is pretty good these days. It's a far cry from when we started out. We used to have the shh sound and everything, because it was going over a phone line. I hated those days, by the way, man. I still hate thinking about them days. Phone lines and stuff. Oh, God, it was nightmarish. But today it's all digital and high def, and everything sounds good, and everybody looks good. And it's just a great way of doing radio. What's up, Mac? I'm going to give away another one in a minute. And probably about 10 minutes, we'll give another one away. But here, look, while I got it up, you know what? Let me switch this over right quick. Share. And let me bring it up right quick. And that ain't what I want. Is that what I want? Get over there. There we go. Okay. Woo. That ain't the one I wanted. Okay. This is the contest right here, right? This is the contest rules I got up right here. Y'all can go through here and look and see. It tells you what you're going to win, tells you what the rules are of the contest, which John just told y'all a few minutes ago, basically. This is where we're at, right? Third quarter, fourth quarter, where we at? Third quarter, deadline.
Yeah,
it's going to be over
midnight
in
tonight.
6.5 hours. It'll be done.
All right, people. If you ain't got it submitted now, it's going to be hardcore to get it in, so y'all might have to wait to the fourth quarter. But, get out there and get involved.
A lot of people are getting their entries in right now. A lot of people are submitting.
Yeah, well, I can imagine because a lot of people probably putting the final touches on it.
Yeah,
this is for the illustrators right here. You can read about this as well. What do you mean, Craig? Well, there you go. Enter the contest. There you go. Enter the writers contest. It's not real. Oh wait, I'm back on the same page. Anyway, where did I go from? Well, I'll find it in a minute. But it's real easy. I mean, the site. I've said this a million times. The site is very clean. It's very functional. It works very well. It's easy to go through. If you want to know about L. Ron Hubbard, that's also in there, so you can go in there and look at him, see he's hanging out. What do you mean he's haunting them? I don't think he's haunting. You ghost people are strange people. Is all I can say about that. But he's
the one that he created, and he continues to pay for it. He pays for all of his royalties. He put it in his will to continue funding this contest. So he's the one that's actually paying for all the flights, the hotel, the awards event. The big banquet that all comes from him, and he's just continued to do it. He's well over $1 million. He's contributed to this contest. It's
a great contest. Here, I'll go right here. Dun, 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 dun. This is the workshop that you hear us talk about so much, and I'm gonna bring this up again because I really like the fact that these videos are in the workshop. These aren't for the workshop; these are just introduction videos right here, but. All of this is great. You get to hear them in their voice. And for me, a lot of times audio is better than text anyway. So if for some reason it sticks in my head better, it's just one of those things. Everybody has a different way of memorizing stuff. And my eidetic memory is not quite as eidetic as it used to be for some reason or another. It used to be pretty good.
We have transcripts for all the videos too, so that people can read along as they're listening, or they can put it into Google Translate and get it in their native tongue. Because I know you've got from 100 different countries people listening to these to your shows.
Yes, it always amazes me when I start thinking about that. I was talking with a friend yesterday, and like I was telling you earlier, I was talking with him in Turkey, and I'm like, and he speaks English, but it's close to English. It's very broke up, we'll say. And that's how he listens. He's got a translator. I forgot where he said he got it from. He translates on his phone, and he just listens to the shows. And I said, what does it sound like? Is it a good translate? He said, yeah, it sounds pretty good. And he said, doesn't make any mistakes. He said, until you start talking. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, sometimes you're either talking too fast or some of the words just, he said, that Cunyon accent of yours don't always come over well on the thing. I said, well, so you're missing out on the finer points. But on stuff like this, it's going to come through really clear and really easy. It's not like it's trying to pick up somebody talking as fast as I do. We were talking about the forms right here. This is one of the things the girls were asking about yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's a
can,
great
you,
place for other aspiring writers. And sometimes the judges, like just last Saturday, New York Times bestselling author was in there answering questions for 2 hours, people. So, and then also people share their stories there and get advice from other people that have been entering for a long time and have honorable mentions and stuff. So it's a great place to go.
it is, and you can get in there and chat up people, and
Yeah.
they blog on there, and and then of course, this is John's podcast right here. You can find it right off of here if you like. You can also find it in SoundCloud quite easily. It doesn't. This is the latest one up here. This is who we were talking about earlier in the show, Brittany, and this is the nurse with the 4 kids. That amazes me. She's writing anything. I'm thinking I'd be like, look, 4 kids. I have to be hiring somebody to watch these little boogers, and it's well, look, I had 4 stepchildren, but they were all grown, so I didn't have to deal with them. Well, they were semi-grown, so like, go do something with yourselves. But I mean, really and truly, and you can see all the different artists he's talked to over the years. And you know what? Maybe we should get you an interview with George Norrie.
Yeah.
And see what he says. He's doing all kind of weird stuff these days. And next time we get on the coast, I'll have to bring it up. And
George, I think.
Yeah, Contact in the Desert.
Yeah, and an event here in California. Somehow we ended up at his birthday party.
well, he's a strange character.
Yeah. If you go to the anthology by year, you'll see what the awards events look like.
Actually, an awards ceremony right below.
Ooh, where we at? Oh, right here. Okay.
Is that
That's the book.
that's the books. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's still good. I mean, these great covers, guys. And some of these covers are behind me. We were just looking. I think this is one of the ones we just gave away, and this one down here is one of the ones we just gave away. But what's interesting about this, I'll bring the Galaxy Press light in a minute, but you can buy these guys. These are all still in published. Some of them come in groups. You can buy them in packs. Like I bought these 7 right here. It's just a good deal. I mean, when I seen this, I almost bought it on air until Emily reminded me everybody was going to see my credit card number.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, wait a minute. We have to wait till after the show's over." But still, I mean, guys.
Really, I said I shouldn't have said anything.
Yes, we could have made a bunch of people happy there. But fortunately for me, Joe only uses 2 credit cards for online buying, and neither one of them have a big limit on it. I did that intentionally because you never know when some crazy person might get hold of a card number. I actually have had cards stolen over the years. Somebody got hold of one of a business card, spent $25,000, and I went to the bank and they were like, and I said, and of course the bank, I'm not going to say, Capital One. It happened 5 different times with Capital One. Every time they put all my money back in the account, so I got to give them credit for that. And they didn't have to because they weren't recovering the money, and the money was gone. Oh, I got a call one time. They said, "Joe, are you in Baton Rouge shopping for toys at Toys R Us?" I'm like, "What?" I said, "Of course." And I said, "I'm not even in Louisiana at the moment." Well, somebody just went shopping at Walmart and Toys R Us for the tune of $1,500. And I was like, "Really?" I said, "Well, it's not mine. Please cut it off." And they had it back in within 7 days. So it all depends who you bank with, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. I can't speak for every bank, but it's wise to limit how much you have available when you spend on that. But I do have like PayPal accounts and Amazon accounts that are different, set up different ways. But it's kind of interesting the way they are set up. I don't need any cards for those, thank God. But still, people, be careful when you're out there. But look, we're back in '91 still.
These are covers that were done by Frank Frazetta. He's the one that did. He's probably one of the most famous fantasy artists that exists. He did,
Conan, right?
Yeah, he did all the Conan, and just an amazing artist. And he did Princess of Mars. Did those covers.
Don't get me on Mars again. I'm trying to stay away from Mars.
Okay,
as it is, I might have to go watch Robinson Crusoe goes to Mars. Or Robinson Crusoe on Mars. Yo, people, if y'all don't know who that is, shame on you. It's an old movie, so just don't worry about it. It's an old movie. It's a way old movie. It's
yes, go down. So the one link below that, if you go down on up a little bit on the scrolling on the left side there, is the
on the navigation bar.
Navigation bar.
Where are we going?
Go up. Sorry, go up.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Yep, up. Yeah, so the annual awards ceremony there on the left of the screen.
Yep, there we go. Boop.
That was our awards event a couple years ago.
Yeah.
When we were able to have events. We didn't have it last year, but that's like what they look like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, last year was just a rough year for everybody. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're all through that and done and on to something else now. Yeah, that dragon tried to eat Emily. By the way, I'm just saying.
Yeah, there was a huge
Thought she was
3D
a
dragon
snack.
that was there. Had yeah.
You must have been like a snack for that thing. It's no, it's a great look. I mean, it's great. Everything looks really nice, and it's a great looking gala. Yeah, really put on a really professional looking
Yeah.
show. And it's funny to me because a lot of people don't take the time or the patience to put on a really nice event. And I don't, I don't like mentioning any names or anything, but I've been to a lot of events over the years where I've worked in press or I've been invited to speak or I've been winning something. And some people do a great job, and some people just. And I got to be honest. I like to wear a suit and tie or a tux. So the fancier it is, the more happy I am. It's like what Stephen Bissett started doing at the X conference. He was basically he expected everybody to dress nice. He wanted everybody in suits and stuff. And I loved it because it was right up my alley. But some places I'm going, you can wear jeans and t-shirts. And really, I don't want to even go.
Yeah.
I remember one of the guys I won. It was like $18,000 in this event. And third place too. Funny enough. He said, "What do you mean you ain't coming?" I said, "Just send me a check." He said, "Well, you can come in your jeans." I said, "If I can come in jeans and t-shirt, I'm not coming." I said, "I'm telling you now." I said, "Can I wear a suit?" He said, "It's going to be kind of hot." I said, "Well, I ain't coming yet." I said, I just, I've always been taught, you should dress, well, you should always dress nice. I know it's a lot harder these days because a lot of business people want to dress, how can I say this politely, relaxed.
Beatnik.
Yes, and it bothers me. And I got to be honest with you, if I go to a bank and my banker's wearing, I'm not going to do business with them. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. I expect you to look professional. And when you're wearing some of the clothes I see some of these people wear, that don't look professional to me. It doesn't even look like you're paying. If you can't pay enough attention to how you're getting dressed, I don't think you can pay enough attention to my accounts. I got to be honest. That's just it. It's just the way I was raised. People, I'm an old guy, so you just got to get a deal with it. And but really, I mean, most of the events I go to, people want you to look nice and feel comfortable. And what do you mean you can't feel comfortable when you're dressed nice? My butt, you better get the right kind of clothes in.
Yeah.
I said all my suits are tailored. I feel real comfortable in them. And to be honest with you, and Christopher, to be honest with you, I'd rather wear my shirts with cufflinks than with buttons. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, like.
And I don't know. I think you guys see that. I've got someone right there.
I almost always have cufflinks.
Yeah, I just prefer them to look like that. And it doesn't matter as much when I'm doing this kind of TV because you can't really see my arms. But when I'm out and all, I just like shirts with cufflinks on them. The cufflinks don't have to be $500,000. They just need to look nice. Well, fortunately for me, my dad was big into cufflinks, so I inherited a lot when he passed away. So I've got some sets that go back almost 80 years.
Wow.
And, really, some of them, they're really nice. And they'll see them. I'll be wearing them later on. But dress nice. It doesn't hurt. Look, it's one time you got to dress nice, people. Come on. And if you don't want to buy a suit or a tux, I can understand that. Rent one. Even though the rent, it's not going to be as good as the other one. It's still going to be pretty. And he's still going to look good. Well, a friend of mine asked me the other day, he's going to an event in New York, and it's going to last 8 days. He said, should I rent the tux for 8 days? I said, you might as well buy it if you're going to rent it for 8 days, dude. Mm-hmm. I said, you'll come out better, and you'll get a better job. You'll get a better looking tux, and you'll come out cheaper in the price. So he went and did it, and he said, oh, yeah, I came out way better. Now I own a tux. I said, see, there you go. And you want to look, people look at all these people look good. They look happy. They look comfortable. What are you talking about? Oh, no, I ain't giving a book away yet. Not until the end of the show. You just got to wait till the last 10 minutes. Yes, I'm teasing y'all. It's one of these three. These two are off limits now. So it's 33-30, and I can't quite make that one out. Oh, 32. So 30, 32, and 33. Now, what is that? What the hell? We got something, a frog got in the studio or something? What the? Yeah, I'm thinking somebody sent some sci-fi creature after me or something, man. What's going on here?
If you get affected, we'll take over the show from here.
Yeah, y'all better too, because something will be coming for us.
Daffy Duck's looking for you.
No, Pete, they're out in California. Yeah, LA. You just heard them earlier. Or you might not have heard them, but when they were talking about the statue, they're out in LA. Yeah. Well, if you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, LA is really the most conducive place to do this. Yeah, LA's set up for it. It's a media kind of town.
Yeah, we're in Hollywood Boulevard. We're a block west of the Chinese Theater here on Hollywood Boulevard.
So you really want to be out there, and you'd have to write to them about attending. I don't know how all that works. I ain't getting into that, but You somebody? I'm just saying. You're like somebody? Like, are you famous or something? Well, I know some famous people who listen to this network, and I know some famous people. I used to come see me at the bottom of the teacup. So I'm just asking you, are you one of them? You don't have to tell me your name. Just yes or no would be good. You ain't going to tell me, are you? Okay, that's fine. That means no. That's what that means. But anyway, no, this is the site I was talking about. This is Galaxy Press. Yeah. And pretty much just go through here if you want to get into holding any of the books or the pads, any of that stuff. They got a lot of artwork on there. There's a lot of books you can buy, a lot of good deals on here. Just go through it, take your time. There's a lot of stuff besides books on here. There's a lot of material you can just scroll through and look for yourself. Yeah, look around, see what they got. This Battlefield Earth we talk about quite a bit, and that's you can't see it right now, but that's the. Hold on, I'll show you. There it is. See it behind me back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all can take a look at it back there, and Mission Earth and Battlefield Earth and all will be playing later in the year, and Mission Earth and not Mission Earth. Sorry, I keep getting them confused for some reason. But but we'll be playing the 47 hours later in the year. Actually, it's going to play for Christmas and for New Year's. It may play for Halloween as well. I think we're going to play it the week of Halloween, ending on All Hallows Eve, and then War of the Worlds will pick up. And there's going to be one other opera besides that's going to be playing too. So be sure to listen. Well, I don't play it. I think we're going to do it either 5 or 6 hours an evening. That way you can sit. In old days, you would sit inside a radio in front of your radio with your cup of coffee or your hot chocolate, and family would have got around and listened to the radio. Mm-hmm. And now we got TV, but this brings you back. And for you youngsters, and you Z-Geners, and even you millennials, this will give you something, a feel of how the older generations used to live, which most of them will get going away now, but there's still a few of us around. And you can just sit and enjoy and listen. I actually enjoyed it. I've listened to it twice now. I'm telling y'all, the sound effects and the voices are fabulous. You're just not going to get this kind of quality from stuff done like this. You're just not. So go, and you can take a listen. And, well, after you listen, you want to buy it, go over to the site and pick it up. It's
you'll listen to it.
There's all kind of good stuff on here to go through and take a listen, look at, and all kind of interesting stuff. See, we were talking about these earlier. When you start looking at these books and some of the audio books, you just come out better either buying the pad or buying them in the pack. It's not that they're all really outrageously expensive. It's just when you start adding up $17 or $20 6 or 7 times, it comes out to be more. I think I paid, what was it, $68, $65? I'll find it on the site in a little while, but it wasn't a lot, guys. I'm telling you, for these books, it was dirt cheap. I think it came out to like $10 a book. I mean, I was stunned. Yeah. And but that's only because I bought them in the group. You just, that's the way to do it. And again, Christmas is only 6 months away. Get out and start shopping. There's a great Christmas present. They're not going to get any cheaper for Christmas. You start buying them now. Go get you some Christmas presents. I know a lot of the listeners to this show, especially to this show, are big into sci-fi. And the show that comes on here normally has, I know a lot of y'all are big into sci-fi. Get out and get involved, people. Buy some books. Give them to your family. No, what do you mean is Don going to make a commission? Why would I even ask him that?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say that anyway, but I'm just saying, people, no. Just go in. Oh, wait, I stumbled across here. Oh, okay. See, just look. I'm telling you, there is tons and tons of material on this website. So here's 2 of the ones I just gave away right here. Or not this one, but I gave this one away right here. Yeah. You can go through it. The books are gorgeous. And look at the artwork in these books. I mean, really.
That's the package you just got. That's
it right here. And look, see, I got it for half price. See, it was $60. It's $10 a book. Yeah. Gosh, you can't beat this. And they throw in a couple of little extras. Oh, by the way, I like the book, the page markers too, by the way.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah, they throw in a couple of those as well, even though my wife snatched them. She instantly stuck them in one of her books. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not going to read. Give them to me. I'm like, what? She just snatched them.
But, did you give them away?
She's good. And, but guys, I mean, see, we're giving these away. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably going to order another pack sometime next week or the week after, and I'm going to give some more away. There was another group I seen in here. There was another bulk buy in here too. I must be on the wrong page.
Right there.
Oh, right here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the older books,
Uh-huh.
and I want to get these too because a friend of mine asked me about this the other day. So I'll probably pick these up in the next week. I'll order these, and I'll have these. We're going to give some of these away too. I might wait a week or two because I want to kind of thumb through them and take a look at some of the stuff in them. But um, they'll be available, and we're going to do this, and we'll probably be doing this on and off until Christmas because I want you to have good Christmas presents to give away, and it helps to encourage kids to read now.
Yeah.
These covers are enough. That cover right here is enough to make me pick up the book and read it. So is this one. Matter of fact, all three of these covers are enough. I'll look at them. Now I want to read in them. And the stories are good. They'll catch you. There's 12, and this one there's 12 different stories. So you can go through and read at your own pace, read them when you want to, and enjoy them.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with it,
that's something that everybody's going to like because it's all, there's not like this is this type of story. They're just all science fiction and fantasy all over the spectrum. But they're all PG. So they're all appropriate for middle school on up. That's one of the things that you can't submit if it's no sex, no profanity. And
them middle schools kids are faster than I am, man. Lord have mercy on us.
yeah,
I'll listen to them today. I'm surprised, but come on, guys. You can get 7 books for $30. You can't go. You're not going to no Barnes and Nobles anywhere and getting. You can just forget it. Order them. Get them. You can get them on Amazon too. Is the package deals on Amazon? I meant to ask you that last time.
Some packages on Amazon. I'm not sure if that one exists.
but these ones, these are on Amazon because these are like super discounted.
I would, ladies and gents, I would prefer y'all bought from Galaxy Press, to be honest with you. But you can buy them anywhere you want. I'm not telling you where to buy your books. I would just prefer if you bought them directly from there. It just makes me personally.
They're all available ebooks too. If there are people prefer Kindle, you can get them all from Amazon on for Kindle. Kobo, if you're in Canada, if you prefer that, you can. They're all listed pretty much every place you can buy ebooks around the planet. We've got our books listed there, so you can buy them from there.
So yeah, if you're on the ebook thing, or if you want to send a friend an ebook, it's maybe help them get them interested in something other than whatever they're interested in. But remember, again, we've got Christmas coming up. We've got Halloween coming up. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. Buy some for 4th of July. Give some out for 4th of July. And look, I don't know. It sounds like a holiday to me. It's a holiday. Buy some stuff and give it away on the holidays. What's that, Christy? Oh, yeah, we'll get right. We are down getting short. So Writers of the Future is going to be the number one. I want y'all, if you're going to go vote, be sure you vote for John for Writers of the Future. I really would like to see them win the award. All the rest of our shows in the network, I'd like to see them win awards, but I'm not going to get my feelings hurt if we don't. It's the first time up for us, and some of our shows could use a little work here and there. So I'm not going to hate, but go out and vote. So you're going to have Writers of the Future to vote for. You're going to have The Outer Realm to vote for. You're going to have The Centralists to vote for, Science and Beyond, and Chasing Prophecy. So we have 5 shows you can go over there and vote for. Go vote. And some of these shows are really, well, all the shows are really good. They all do something different. They're all in different genres. I imagine that Chasing Prophecy and Outer Realm are probably in the same genre, but that would be okay. Now, for the last book, it's going to be a hard one. Okay, so this is going to only be for oldie goldies.
Uh-oh.
When was the first time I started broadcasting Wake Up USA, a UFO study? Ooh, I know some of y'all know it. I'll tell you. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. If somebody can come up with that, I don't know where I keep saying y'all. If you can come up with that before the end of the show, I'll give you 2 books.
Oh, what a deal!
If you can't, you'll be giving away Friday night. Just saying, people. That's the one thing.
You're saying.
I just will tell you, it's been 20 years. Okay. So other than that, you have to figure it out. But I know a few of y'all that are regular listeners to the show that usually is here know that because y'all used to listen to me back then. And I got to watch my wife don't sneak in and type it in or something. She knows. I seen her sneaking around out there a minute ago. Outer Realm will be up next in about 10 minutes. They'll be coming on with their guest. They had a good show tonight. Amelia and Michelle are great, and they have a thing up. Oh, I pushed them as much as I pushed John and Amelia and Emily. Yeah, they're great hosts. I'm really fortunate. I said this last week when there was the 5 of us on there. It just felt so nice to me. It was a very professional show. Everybody was very polite. Everybody was on cue and on topic. It's just the way I like to see the network run. If every one of my shows ran like that, I would be just ecstatically happy. So just something to say. And Well, no, I get that. It's not sucking up ain't getting me nothing. Well, I legitimately like them. It's just one of them things. Every now and then, I actually take a liking to somebody. And if anybody listens to me, y'all know that is not. It happens often. Oh no, it does not happen often. No, it's just, and I will say this for the 15th millionth time. They are doing something that just no one else is doing, and they're doing it for free. The books, of course, the books aren't free, but that's Galaxy Press, and they're selling the books because there's a lot of books to be sold. But when you get involved with Writers of the Future, it's free, and if you win, it's free. They'll give you a little money, they'll fly you out to LA, they'll take good care of you, they'll wine and dine, hook you up, get you in some courses, take you to the big gala event. I mean, you're going to feel like you're important.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you do, and they don't have to be like that. They can just send you a check and say thank you for your effort. They don't have to do all of this, and they don't have to make this course free. They can charge you for this course. This course is well worth being charged for. The first time I did, I got through half of it. I'm like, why the hell is Emily giving this thing away free? I need to call her. We could be making some money. I'm serious, people. You're just not going to find quality like this for free anywhere else. That's all I can say. If you don't believe me, the sites are available here. Switch back over. And whoops. Oh, that's John saying. But it's free. That's all I can tell you. It's free. And they take good care of you. They're good people. I've talked to them now a dozen times. They're really good. They're really nice. They're kind people. They're not like some of these people I've met, some of these execs I've met in other companies and other businesses that make you want to slap the daylights out of them when you get off of air. Just take it for what it is. Get involved over there. Go take the course. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything. It takes like a whole 4 minutes to sign up. And you can do the course in a day if you want. Well, maybe not a day, but if you really want to just, boom, yeah, maybe so. But get involved. Go take the course.
You also take a look at the on the writer judges there. All the judges are participating in this because they believe in what Mr. Hubbard set up on the thing. And if you're familiar with science fiction and fantasy, you can go to the website too, writersofthefuture.com. You'll recognize these authors. These are the mainstays of science fiction and fantasy. These are the guys that write.
These are. I recognize a lot of the names, and yeah. I just say, think of it this way, ladies and gentlemen. So, you're Joe No. You're sitting here writing this thing. You're just some guy, or some girl for that matter, and you get this written. You're nobody in the world, and don't take this the wrong way, but there's a lot of us that are nobodies in the world. I'm a nobody in the world. There's a lot of nobodies in the world. And you write this, they're going to make you feel like a somebody. And you're going to get these people are going to be the people who help you with the workshops. I mean, I don't know what else you can ask for. I mean, they fly you out there. They help you learn. They help you move forward. They really help you to understand what it is you're doing. You already run, so you showed that you can be a writer. Now you're going to leave as a much better writer or much better illustrator. I keep leaving off the illustrator, but it's just important as the writer stuff is. And they're going to make you either a better writer or a better illustrator. And you never know which one might decide to take you under their wing. You never know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, and I don't want to put that in anybody's mind, but you never know because it does happen from time to time. They might see something in you that may spark something and say, hey, I'm going to spend a little more time with this individual to really help them get forward out there. But it's not going to happen at all if you don't submit. That's all I can tell you.
Our keynote speaker that we're going to have this year, I just confirmed here a few days ago, is the publisher of Baen Books, which is one of the biggest science fiction publishers in the U.S. So she's coming up as a keynote speaker. She actually helped Writers of the Future. I think it was in volume 5, like over 30 years ago. She was a college intern at the time, and so she helped cutting cheese and stuff at the Writers of the Future Awards event. So she's coming back now as the publisher of one of the biggest science fiction and fantasy publishers in the U.S.
And and that just tells you people right there. You just until you try, you don't know. And I know for a lot of people you get down on yourself and you don't want to try, but just submit it.
Yeah.
Like John already told you the worst thing that's going to happen a little while ago. Thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
Try again next year. I mean, you're not even getting rejected on the hard way. Where I'd have said, don't write back to us. Thank you. Yes, I'm a lot much meaner than they are. But really, all I can tell you, I know we're going to get out of here in a couple of seconds, but submit, take the course, get involved, write. Look, I personally want to see a lot more sci-fi in the world. It helps me. The fantasies help me to remind me that, I don't always live in a horrible world, which I don't think we do anyway. But I'm not as down as most people are on our planet. I think there's a lot of good stuff on our planet, a lot of good people. And John and Emily prove it to you right there. Again, they don't have to do this. They could be doing something else. They could be selling all of everything we're talking about here. They could be selling the course. They could be saying, hey, we want $500 per submitted. And easy, with the judges they have, they could easily say, give me $500 a submission. And you know what? Most people would do it. And they could easily do this, but they don't. I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. And they don't. It doesn't cost you anything. And like me, I'm losing all my hair because I think too much. Don't overthink it, people. Take the course, write the book, then take the course. Whatever it takes for you to do it, do it. And if you got questions, like I said, you have the forum there. You can go right in there and get on the forum and ask all the questions you want. Yeah. You never know. You might get lucky. Emily might be there and say, hey, okay, get off my forum, you crazy people. No, I'm just kidding. She'd never say that. She'd only say that if y'all were being rude. Then she'd call me and I'd come whoop up on y'all. But really, submit, get involved. Write, draw, whatever it takes. Get out there and do it. Be an illustrator. Let me put it this way real quick because I know we're going to get out of here. If you're a really good illustrator and you win here, do you realize with that certificate, you could probably get a job with any major company, any major advertising company on the planet?
Well, our last grand prize winner from our last event, she just got a deal with Netflix and she's working over there. And one of our writer or illustrator winners from several years ago animated a short film, won an Oscar. So there you go.
There you go. So people get involved on that note. John, let me tell them one more time where you can find you so we can get out of here before the other Canadian girls start whooping up on me.
Go to writersofthefuture.com to be able to find out everything about writers and illustrators of the future, and galaxypress.com to check out these great books. And we do have some very good specials right now because 4th of July is coming up, so we have some good deals on that as well.
And remember, these books are up. I didn't see it last night. You got 1 minute, people, to get it in for these 2 books. And they will be getting. I'm going to pick up that other set probably next week sometime. I have them brought in, and we'll be giving them away. I'm going to try to give away some of their books, some of these I'm talking about. I'm going to try to give away at least one a week until Christmas. So, no, it's coming out of my own personal money, people. Calm your britches down. It's not like I'm going to charge anybody for anything. But really, just to help y'all. Give it, and for the adults listening tonight, when you're done, give them to your children.
Yeah.
Because as it is, the illustration is going to get their attention. So when you're done, give them to your children, or let your children read with you, or read with your children. Make it a bedtime story.
Yeah.
On that note, I got to tell everyone thanks for tuning in to United Public Radio and Science and Beyond. Remember, you can go over. You can go right over to the website at UPRN. Sorry, something popped up on my screen. Go over. Stop it. Damn. Go over to upntalkradio.com. Go up to the right corner page, click on any show you want. It'll take you right over to the site. You can go in there and vote, look for the categories, find us, vote. We'll do an update on the categories pretty soon. How long is open voting? You remember, John?
I think it's a month, through the month of July.
Okay. So you got about a month, so you'll probably hear from me sometime in the month talking about this more. On that note, please stay tuned for The Outer Realm with Michelle DeRochier and Amelia Pisano. Good night, everybody. Clink, clink.